Hey y'all, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Danielle.
And thanks for joining us today for another exciting yet different kind of Photomyne webinar. If you've been with us in the past, unlike our past webinars, we won't have a guest speaker with us today. Instead, we have the lovely Danielle, one of our developers here. You want to say something a little about yourself,
Yeah,
perhaps?
well, I'm just excited to be here. You know, usually I'm on the back end side of things, so now being front in the action is pretty fun.
Well, we're so happy to have you here. This time around, instead of going through some different tips on photography and organizing, we're going to take you through some tools that can actually help with your photo scanning and your slide scanning and your negative scanning. Things that'll really make them shine even better than they already will with the Photomyne apps. So we're going to run through a couple items. I'm going to show Danielle how they work and then how to use them and all that kind of stuff. And why don't we get to it?
Sure, this is my first time using them too, so we'll see the learning curve, how easy they are. You got it?
It's not so bad, I'm sure you can figure it out.
Cool.
Okay, so let's get started. So one issue Photomyne users might find while they're scanning their photos is it might be a little difficult to hold your hand steady while you're scanning with your phone. And one of the accessories we have available that really helps is a spectacular phone mount. And if you want to perhaps attach it to the table, I'll talk a bit more about it. So the phone mount is great because it allows you to clamp it to a table and where you can then put your phone in the top and clasp it together where you can scan your photos from above. From there, you can have them laid out in front of you and then you can scan one after another very simply. One amazing thing about the phone mount is not only can you scan with it, but you can also use the spectacular voice command function. So while you have your photos out, let's say you really don't want to use your hands. Not only do you not want to hold your phone above the photos, but you don't even want to press the capture button as well. So all you have to do is get your phone, you want to set it up maybe above the photos so we can scan them.
Okay.
Let's see, maybe start a new album.
Get scanning. This is great, okay. Gotta line it up.
Get your photos right underneath it.
Should I try the voice command?
Oh, you should definitely try voice command. Maybe hit the voice command function at the top left of the screen. So now all you have to do to take this photo is just say go.
You did it for me. I didn't even get to do it.
Let's try again. Give it a try.
Okay, wait. I'll swap the photos. This time you can't say it.
I know. It's very sensitive.
You took my shining moment. Go. That was really fun.
It's awesome. You want to try another one?
Yes.
Let's do another one, just for fun.
Okay.
Take another photo, get it under the phone. And what do you got to say?
Go. That doesn't get old.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good photo. So that's one of the things that you can really do with the phone mount. It just allows you to kind of move quickly through your photos while you're scanning. It also, like I said, takes away that, the hardship of holding your phone while you're scanning it. You can do it really quickly. If you want, you can even take a couple photos at once while you're scanning. It just really is going to make everything a lot easier for you.
Yeah, I loved that. I could just move the photos around and not have to readjust the phone every time. It was great.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And then, depending on how your table's set up, you can really extend it forward if you need. You can move it backwards. You can move it to the side. You can even adjust the orientation for the phone at the top if you want to spin it, get a little closer. It's really simple. The setup is very simple as well. All you got to do is just it comes with the directions booklet that'll allow you to really put everything together very quickly and very easily so you can get scanning. So that's the long, flexible phone mount. It's really great with Photomyne because you can get through your photos so quickly and really make them look nice without having a little human error while you're scanning, because we want them looking as best as possible, your scans. Are you ready to see the next one?
Yeah, I am. Let's go.
So another issue Photomyne users might find that while they're scanning their photos, they might have issues with the lighting above. And the lighting, depending on where it's positioned and the type of light, might cause some glare and it might cause some shimmers on the photos, and we want your digital scans to look as best as possible. Right, makes sense.
Yeah, very
true.
So
we have this great tool called the photo shooting tent, which allows you to place your photos inside and diffuse some of that light and also get rid of the glare. So you
Cool.
can get them really looking nice.
All right, let's try it out.
Yeah, why don't you put some photos inside there? Get your phone ready with the Photomyne app and start scanning. You know, as Danielle's doing this with her hands right now, another thing that goes really well with the photo tent, as we talked about already, is the phone mount, where you can attach to the table, you can attach your phone to the mount, stick it inside the tent, and then go through multiple photos at once very quickly without glare. And as we've already alluded to, we don't want glare in our photos.
We do not.
So that's a little quick tutorial on how to use the photo tent.
How do you store this?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, it actually comes with this great little bag right here. You kind of twist it up, put it inside, and you can take it with you on the go.
Amazing.
Yeah, it fits in a bag nicely. If you want to go shoot at your friend's house or maybe in a park or somewhere, take it with you. It's very easy.
Great.
So that's really the photo shooting tent. As we said, helps get rid of glare, and I think we're ready for the next item, don't you?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. So the accessories we've been dealing with so far, Danielle, are very specific, I would say, to Photomyne app, the photo scan app for scanning your photos. The next couple accessories we're going to deal with actually are better for your slides and your negatives.
Ooh.
As you can see here, we have some slides, we have some negatives as well, and we're going to show you some of the different tools you can use to scan those. So why don't you grab an accessory? No, before.
What did I do?
Before you grab the film with your hands, we can actually show you one really nice thing as you got in front of you, these nice white cotton gloves, which are a great way to take care of your negatives to make sure you don't get any smudges on them, that you can hold them and feel like you're being delicate enough to take care of them. And if you want to save them, that they're not going to be ruined and have your fingerprints on them and things like that. Because again, as we've talked about, you want them to look nice. We want your scans to look good, so we don't want to do anything to compromise that. Well, you might be digitizing them, but also you might want to hold on to them for later, so you want them to keep looking nice.
Yeah, I feel a lot better holding these with the gloves. I feel like I'm not going to ruin anything. I also feel stylish.
You are stylish. As we like to say, it's Mickey Mouse style, right?
Right.
But so what we can do now is now we got our gloves on, we can move to the next item, which is going to really help with scanning negatives.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Let's do it. So while you're scanning your slides and negatives, you're going to need a backlight to do so. Right? You got your gloved hands already. You can grab your negative right there. So we're going to need a backlight, and Photomyne actually provides a link, photomyne.com/backlight, where you can just do it right from your laptop. So what you generally would do is you take your phone, right? You want to show everyone how to do this, Danielle? You're an expert at this, huh?
Yeah.
Right? So you take your phone in one hand, you take the negative in another.
This glove's a little slippery on the phone.
And you won't be able to use the phone with the glove, of course. All right, so you're gonna take the stand, and instead of holding your phone with your hand, you're actually gonna put your phone in the stand. Then you can concentrate on holding the negative between your phone and the backlight.
Can I put this on here?
Yeah, you can put it on your laptop if you feel comfortable with it.
Ooh.
And also the stand is adjustable, so you can try to adjust it and give it a little pivot to see, right? It adjusts based on the height that you want. Try to move it up and down. See? Wow.
Great.
So you can get it lined up with your screen exactly. So now that we have our phone on the stand, right? We're gonna go back and do the exact same process as before, but now you have.
You said go.
Well, it's just what happens with voice command. It's very sensitive, as we found out already, right?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your phone on the stand. You take the negative, put it between your camera on the phone and the backlight on your screen. And then what are you gonna say?
Go.
One more time. And you're gonna get your nicely scanned negative. The stand makes it really easy, right? Much better than having in your hand.
Yeah, it's less shaky, definitely.
Yeah, well, you know what that means? It's gonna make your scans also much clearer. They won't be blurry, which is great, because obviously we don't want that. But this is actually not the easiest way to scan with a backlight.
Is it?
No, we actually have another amazing item to help you scan with a backlight.
Well, show me. I want to see it.
We certainly will. So we actually have another item that we can use as a backlight, so you don't have to use your computer. It actually makes scanning a lot easier.
Let's see it.
And it's called a light pad. So we have this guy right here. right? Look at this, it's nice and bright, like, I mean, much brighter than your
That's so
laptop screen
bright.
gets, right? Let's pull this back here. So instead of, right before, we had to take the film negative, hold it between the phone and the screen, made it a lot more difficult. So here, all you have to do, as you just did, is lay it right on the screen.
That's awesome that you can put it right on there.
Yeah, you just lay it right on, and you can also actually do it with some slides too. It doesn't just need to be negatives.
Do I need gloves for
You
the
don't
slides?
need gloves for these part, actually. They have a nice little protective casing on them. So you can get those on right on there.
Cool, cool.
And one thing this actually allows you to do that you could do with your photos while they were lying on your table, but it's a little harder to do while you're holding a negative or slide to a screen, is you can actually scan multiple images at once now. So if you want to, instead of before, right, where you had to use the stand as like a helpful way to hold it, now let's just take it with your hand above the light pad.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Which one are we starting with, film box or slide scan?
I opened film box.
All right, yeah, so let's open film box.
I'll get a few in there. I can almost already see how it's gonna turn out. My hands are a little shaky. There we go.
Well, that's okay if your hands are a little shaky. We already actually learned about an item that'll go perfectly because
That's true. The phone stand.
the phone mount.
The phone mount.
The phone mount, exactly.
You're
yeah.
right, you're right.
There is a difference between the phone mount.
This is the stand.
The stand and the phone mount. We've placed somewhere else for now, but the phone mount is the one you clamp to the table, yeah, right? We had this here before. You could clamp it to the table, and you could take your scans right from above the pad exactly as you would with photos. So now that we have that, as we said before, right, gets rid of the shaky hands, makes it a little easier to scan, and now we have these beautiful photos in our app, exactly. Right? So how much easier was it, would you say, than holding it to the screen?
Way easier. I don't have enough coordination to do all the things at once, so this is great. Simplifies it for sure.
Yeah, and you're not the only one. You know, it's very normal to not be able to have, you know, to multitask like that and keep your hands sturdy. It's a tough task, and this should be a simple process. So it's great that we have this to kind of make it so you can move through it very quickly.
Can we try the slides next?
Oh, we should definitely try the slides next. Do you want to even try it with the phone mount?
Yeah.
While you're opening slide scan,
Let's
we'll get this guy set up.
And then we can use the voice command. It's my favorite part.
Let's get this guy tightened on here. All right, you got it? It fits?
Yes.
All right.
Through.
Yeah, put that right
Just
above.
move it around. Look at that.
Let's see, get nice and close to it. Yeah. Oh, of course. What are you gonna use?
The voice control. I'm spoiled now. I don't want to do any manual labor. Go. Amazing.
Perfect. Maybe back it up and try to do two together. Oh, perfect. Yeah, do you see how it spins? Wow, it's so adjustable. It's really nice.
Go.
One more time.
Go. Ooh.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, I mean, that's just what happens when you use a light pad, right? It allows you to just kind of move through them so quickly and efficiently and high quality, so, which is the most important.
Yeah, that's great.
You know, I guess we're actually at the end of the utility apps, right? The things that we're using while we're scanning our photos and slides and negatives. But we do have one more item, actually, that's helpful for cleaning up.
Ooh.
If you mind perhaps grabbing that box right there, we have the heavy-duty storage box, which comes in two different sizes, so you can organize your photos and your slides and your negatives in a way that best suits you. Right here we got the small one inside the big one. The small one usually better for slides and negatives, and the big one for photos of varying sizes. So once you're done, you might have some loose photos, slides and negatives lying around that you can just kind of put away in these boxes, so you don't have to worry about them. They're safe from, you know, the elements. You can also organize them if you want, you know, as you choose. All right, they all fit in kind of nicely.
Yeah. I feel very organized. I feel good about cleaning all this up. We made a mess.
We did make a mess, but a good mess. Thank God I have
We
a
have to
glove
put
on my
that.
hand. Yeah, we got to
Which
put
one
these
did
guys.
Oh, took it out from here.
All right, let's put this guy back. Yeah, I mean, you know, as fun as it is to scan everything, we really need to make sure that we stay on top of our organization, because nobody wants their photos all over the house. Nobody wants cleaning the dishes and just find a random slide. I don't know if you're scanning by your sink, but hey, maybe you are. So yeah, we're just putting everything away. We got our slides up. We're missing a couple.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, we're missing a couple. Here we go. Put those in our box, and I think we're ready to go once you have that. But yeah, these are the Photomyne accessories. You can find them all on Amazon. So once you're ready to take your scanning to the next level, keep these items in mind, because they really will make everything a lot easier. And we hope that you continue scanning with us, and we hope that you continue to save your memories with us, and we hope that you do it to the best of your ability. And this is a great way to make everything look beautiful for the future and keep generations of photos alive. Well, so now we're actually going to move on from our table of accessories. I think you have something to get to.
I've got some important work to get back to.
You do. You got to make sure this app is running nicely, huh? So while we lose Danielle, we're actually going to take it to the desk with our Amazon queen, Ariel, who is going to run us through some questions, if you have any, that you'd like to submit to us. I'm sure you have plenty about these accessories. So if you have any questions, submit them in the chat, and we'll get to them. Come follow me.
Hey everyone.
Hey guys.
We're ready for your questions, and we're hoping to have some answers.
As we said in the demonstration, we're here with Ariel, our Amazon queen. She has all of the answers that you need for the accessories, as the queen always does.
I hope so. Here,
So,
let's make ourselves stop disappearing. You can ask the first question in the meantime.
We'll start with the questions. So we had a couple questions throughout. If you have any more questions, please send them through the chat, and we'll try to answer as many as possible. So one of the questions is it possible to tilt the light pad?
Great question. It definitely is. I am curious why someone would want to. So if the person that asked this would let us know in the chat, maybe you have creative ways to help the others. The light pad doesn't come with any items that will help hold it up, but you can simply put a book or two to tilt it. There are the rubber corners at the bottom, so that will hold it from moving, even if you put it on a tilt.
Awesome. Someone asked, not necessarily about an accessory specifically, but how do you get the curl out of negatives while trying to scan them?
It's a great question. So we are making these accessories for our users and learning from our users what is best needed, or what is most needed with the accessories. So recently we've added magnets to the light pad so that you can hold those curly films down. And I see one of our customers over here didn't get the magnets. It must have been from the old batch, and please email us. We'll be able to help you out with that right away.
Awesome. A lot of you have actually asked this question. As you saw, Danielle's favorite feature of all while we're going through the demonstration was the voice control function. So how do you actually find the voice control function so you can just say go when you're scanning? It's
a great question. I use it the most when I go to conferences and I can demo for people, and I drink some coffee and my shaking hands can't hold still. So we have the go function, which is while you're scanning in the apps, on the bottom left corner, there's a little icon of a man saying go, and if you click it, it will activate the voice command, so you can just simply say go and keep scanning without having to push the button.
There's a question about how much the mount and the light pad and the mount cost. All the different items we showed.
Excellent. So I can go through the cost for the individual items. I put a link in the chat with a 20% discount for all of the items together. So let's open up that. I can even share our Amazon store. Bear with me one moment.
One thing after, once we're all done, you can all expect a recording of the video in your email within the next 24 hours or so. But not only will you get a link to the video to the webinar itself, but also links to the Amazon store with discounts. So you can go through them on your own time, so you can see what there is. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and reach out to our support team.
So here, I'm going to share with you our storefront, and here you'll be able to see prices and all that stuff. So we have photo scanning accessories and slides and films. But if I scroll down, all of the items will be here. Our light pad is $39.99. For those of you that are members of Prime, you get all that benefit, quick shipping, all that good stuff. Moving on, we have the phone mount, which is $29.99. And both of these items are offering a 5% discount coupon right now. Next, we have a 25% coupon for our phone stand. These stands come in different colors, so you can choose how to spice up your scanning station. And finally, we have the tents, which is $39.99. If you use here we go, we're back. If you use the link that we've put in the chat, you'll get 4 of our current items, which is the ones that I showed you, for $100. Yes, this is all in USD. What other questions do we have? Let's see.
Anyone have anything else? Anything else they're interested in knowing about any of the items?
Oh, here we have Dean explaining that putting the, one second, let me get it with you guys. Putting the light pad on an angle works in a good way to help with glare. We've also actually recently been doing a lot of scanning of our films and negatives and slides in the tent with the mount and the light pad. So you can put it in there and you're protected from glare, and you have the light pad, which brings out the light. So if you use all those things together, it's a great way to have all of the regular scanning problems solved.
There's a question about how to fold up the tent and put it in the bag. It's a great question. If you go to the Amazon page for the tent, in the photos that are listed there, I believe it's the 4th image, gives a step-by-step tutorial, so you can figure out exactly how to do it. It might take a little finagling, but with a little bit of practice, it's not so bad.
Yeah, it's easy once you get started, but it definitely is, I won't even say fun, to watch other people try to figure out how to fold it.
Definitely, and also be careful with the tent when you open it a little bit. It might give you a little bit of a fright there.
Okay, I have someone here saying from Canada that the Amazon link is unavailable. It should work. If anyone in the US can check that link and let me know if you see that it's available. And if that's the case, we'll help out our Canadian friends. So I'll wait for feedback on that. Next question, is it possible to indicate the size of what you are scanning? For example, a poster. Great question. You don't have to indicate before. The app will automatically detect the edges. So you can simply get yourself at a distance that's far enough to include the whole image in your phone. And that way you'll be able to scan it and have it cropped automatically. Okay, we got feedback. The link does work in the US. So if we have anyone here from the UK and Canada, I believe that it should be working, but it sounds like you guys are having the same experience. We will look into it. Oh, here, the link does work. One of the products is unavailable. Okay, if anyone's having individual problems with the link, which could be related to geography, send us an email, support@photomyne.com. We'll answer very, very quickly. It's also helpful to hear your feedback, what's working, not working. So we'll take care of that for anyone who needs. Please get in touch with us. In addition, we want to encourage anyone who is using Photomyne and who experiences these natural challenges to let us know what kind of tools could help them scan better. So we, from our experience of scanning on our own and also from hearing from users, we gathered these issues and tried to find solutions. And we're really excited to learn from you guys, see what else we can offer to make your photo scanning pleasant, enjoyable, easy.
I know there was one thing that we didn't mention, the gloves in the box, for instance. Actually, they're kind of newer items that kind of came from that exact concept of people kind of having issues with, maybe greasy fingers, getting fingerprints on their negatives and slides and photos and whatnot. So the gloves were a very obvious solution to that we were really excited to kind of offer, but I believe they're not available at the moment.
Correct. The gloves and boxes will be available starting tomorrow. They're our newest items, and we wanted to make sure people, our users that are joining us for all of these webinars, are learning about it, getting ready to get them tomorrow. We ordered small stock for the beginning, so I encourage everyone to check it out tomorrow if they're interested. Let's see, we have a question. Is it possible to scan an entire page as one scan? The answer is yes. The app is magically designed to automatically crop what they detect as different photos. So oftentimes we'll have people that are interested in scanning, for example, a scrapbook page, which clearly has many separations, but at the same time, we want to keep it on one page. You would just have to manually change the cropping. So if you scan that item and it's automatically cropping into weird things, you can go to the original shot and manually edit that cropping.
Couple other things. One person wanted to know, is it worth the price? Absolutely it is. And we say that because we actually believe that it is, that really, the tools themselves, as well as the apps, Photomyne and Filmbox and Slide Scan and the rest of the Photomyne suite are all certainly worth it because, your photos and your slides and your negatives are worth it, and they're worth saving to the future. And as we kind of are in this, more digital world, it's great that we can have these options available to kind of keep those keepsakes alive.
Definitely. And I also can say that these items are tested and tested and tested. And we wanted to make sure that what we were offering were items that work well with our product and will give you good results for your scanning. So yes, that's our long answer for, is it worth it? We think so. Someone asked if there will be a link available to watch from the beginning. Yes, we will send a link to this recording with the discount links and all of that good stuff within 24 hours. And also it will be sitting on our Facebook page, so you can always come back and check that out when you have time.
I think maybe we'll take a last question or two. If you have last ones, try to get them in the chat.
Yeah, I see two people are talking about the issue again, the Canadian issue. I will get that discount to work for you guys. So again, please email us at support@photomyne.com. If you're an international viewer of this webinar, we want to give you the discount also. So please make sure to send us that email so we'll be able to get it for you. I think that is it. If there are any last questions.
Well, while we wait for maybe a last question or two, I think it's a good time to say, this is actually a very exciting week. You know why?
Why?
We got 2 webinars this week.
We do.
Not only the accessories webinar today that y'all just joined us for, but actually on Sunday, we're going to have another webinar that will be on, what to do with those photos on your phone. And tips for, organizing them and all that kind of good stuff. So stay tuned. In the email that we'll send with the links and everything, we'll also include a link to the sign up for that if you're interested, as well as sending some more information throughout the week on that webinar. So, keep an eye out for some new webinars beyond that as well. But we do have one on Sunday. So look out for that.
I see that there's a question that wasn't answered. Oh, here we go, Joanne. I'm sorry, I had to do a bit of scrolling, but I see your question now. What kind of lighting should be used for photos? Great question. When scanning your photos, a lot of times people think that it's important to have a lot of brightness in the room. It's true, you need to have brightness in the room, but we suggest natural light. So we suggest scanning without any fluorescent lights on above the photos, and open up your shades and have the brightness. Maybe November is a difficult time for that, but to have daylight come in and give you that light so that you don't have any fluorescent lights bouncing off of your photos. Yes.
And the other piece of that is, of course, the tent. If you find it hard, maybe you only really have rooms that are kind of lit well by artificial lights. The tent really helps diffuse it to kind of eliminate the glare. You're not getting as much direct light right on your photos, especially those glossier ones. So that's if you don't have a lot of natural light available to you, the tent will definitely help with that.
That is true. I think we are done. If there are any other questions, now's the time. In the meantime, I mean, we're closing up, right? Is there anything left to say?
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so too. We will send all of this information in an email if you register to the webinar. If you didn't register and you're interested in more information, I put the email address of support in the chat, and we look forward to hearing from you. And please give us feedback all the time. We're interested in hearing what you want to learn in our webinars, what accessories we can provide to make your scanning easier, and other things that you guys are looking for. We're happy to provide for you. So keep in touch. Thanks for coming.
Thanks so much, guys.
And see you soon. Bye-bye.